Social Security completely untaxed, property taxes capped by law, no inheritance tax, a hospital corridor that rivals anything in the Midwest, and some of the safest, most livable communities in the entire country sitting right on the northern edge of Indianapolis. On paper, this area checks a lot of boxes for retirement, but after working with retirees making this exact move, the ones who really thrive here and the ones who look back a year later wishing they'd done things differently have one thing in common. And it's not the financial savings, even though those are very real. So today I'm giving you the honest, complete picture. The tax advantages, the healthcare reality, the seasonal truth, the housing options, and how to figure out which of these communities is actually right for your lifestyle. Let's start with why people are choosing to retire here, because there are 3 clear reasons and they're all legitimate. And the first is financial. Indiana does not tax Social Security benefits, period. And on top of that, the flat state income tax rate is around 3%, one of the lowest flat rates in the country. There's no inheritance tax and no estate tax. And Indiana's circuit breaker law caps your property tax at 1% of your home's assessed value. So on a $400,000 home, you're capped at $4,000 a year. Add the over 65 deductions that can reduce your assessed value by up to $14,000 and the circuit breaker credit that prevents taxes from rising more than 2% per year once you're 65, and the picture gets even better. So if you're coming from the Chicago suburbs where the property taxes regularly run $9,000 to $15,000 a year, or from the southeast, from Michigan or Ohio, the difference is significant and it absolutely compounds over time. Before we get to reason number 2, if you are new here, my name is Sean Hartwick, also known on socials as the 317 agent. Help buyers and sellers every single week here. My contact information is in the description below, and you're welcome to email me at seanhartwick@kw.com. The second reason is climate and lifestyle. 4 genuine seasons without extremes. We do get extremes for about 2 weeks a year, but all in all, it's manageable. So winters are cold. We see the teens and the 20s, and we will get a little bit of snow, but all in all, it is manageable. Summers are warm, typically mid to upper 80s, with lower humidity than coastal markets. Spring and fall are genuinely beautiful, and critically, this is a real year-round community. The restaurants, shops, trails, and cultural amenities do not shut down in the off-season. And that's a better deal than it sounds if you spent some time in retirement seasonal markets. The third reason is quality of life, and this one surprises people most when they actually arrive. Carmel has the Palladium, a world-class performing arts center hosting symphony, orchestras, jazz, country, and international performers. The Carmel Arts and Design District is a walkable neighborhood of galleries, boutiques, and restaurants that could hold its own in any major city. Conner Prairie, one of the best living history museums in the country, is right in Fishers, going there tonight, by the way. Ruoff Music Center brings major national acts all summer. Over 40 golf courses within 20 miles. And the Monon Trail, a 27-plus mile paved greenway from Carmel to Westfield into Indianapolis, is probably the single amenity retirees mention most once they've settled in. Walkers, cyclists, dog owners, pretty much becomes a part of daily life fast. 2 financial profiles dominate. The first is people who've lived in their homes in Illinois, Michigan, or other Great Lakes states for about 20 to 30 years, built equity, cash out, and often pay for a home here outright or put a large amount down. And the second is people coming from higher value markets who find their purchasing power here is a lot stronger than they expected. A budget that brought a modest home in the Chicago suburbs or Metro Detroit often gets you something significantly nicer here. Both groups tend to arrive with a combination of Social Security, pensions, and retirement accounts, and Indiana's tax structure handles that combination very well. On timing, some people visit 8 or 10 times over 2 years before committing. Others buy first as a second home and ease into it. Some people move quickly after a life change. The people who do best are consistently the ones who visit during more than one season, including a February or March trip. Fun fact, when I brought my wife here, when we were moving from California, I brought her for a month in February because we worked remote. So I wanted her to test it when it was absolutely the coldest month. And I did that so she could know what a slow, cold month actually feels like here. It matters more than people think. Your lifestyle fit is an actual determining factor in whether you will love it here or not. Not the tax rate, not the home price, what you want your days to feel like. For active retirees, the North Suburbs are built for you. The trail system is extensive, well maintained. Pickleball has taken off, courts are everywhere, even indoors. Leagues easy to find, golf, tennis, cycling, kayaking on the White River, hiking at Straw Town Park in Noblesville. For people who want social engagement, the 55 and over communities have organized activity calendars, fitness classes, game nights, dinner groups, travel clubs, and retirees in those environments tend to find their social circle within the first 90 days, and it makes it very easy. Volunteer opportunities are abundant across churches, nonprofits, food banks, art organizations, and youth mentoring. And for retirees who want a quieter pace, Noblesville and the area around Morse Reservoir deliver exactly that. Fishing in the mornings, a slower downtown, less density than Carmel and Fishers. You do not have to opt into the busiest version of this place. On geography and axis, Indianapolis International Airport is 30 to 35 minutes south, well connected, uncrowded, easy to navigate. So if you're used to O'Hare or Metro Detroit, this is a genuine quality of life upgrade. Day trips are strong too. Indianapolis is 20 to 30 minutes south with the Children's Museum, the zoo, Motor Speedway for the Indy 500, and a great restaurant scene all over. Chicago is 3 hours away, Cincinnati and Columbus are 2 and 2.5 hours, Nashville is about 4. And one honest thing on winters, if mobility is a concern, ice and snow from December through February are part of the reality. Most people do adapt quickly, but do not arrive in March with unrealistic expectations about January. And as someone who sells homes across this entire market, you really have two paths, new construction or resale, and they look very different from each other. On the new construction side, Kimblewick by Del Webb in Westfield is one of the most active communities right now. New ranch homes starting around $609,000 with a 13,000 square feet clubhouse, pool, trails, and a maintenance manager included. Epcon Communities has more affordable new 55 plus products in both Fishers and Westfield, and Noblesville starting in the mid 500,000s, which is one of the better entry points in the country for this buyer. New construction here means no projects, no surprises, first floor living and layouts built specifically for this stage of life. But once you add lot premiums, upgrades, and HOA fees, the monthly number moves quite a bit. On the resale side, that's where I can often find buyers a lot more value. Britton Falls, for example, in Fishers is the most established active adult community in the entire area. Del Webb, resort-style amenities, a very social atmosphere, and resale homes priced much more competitively than new construction nearby. Finch Creek by Del Webb in Noblesville is a newer, with a mix of remaining new inventory and early resales coming to the market right now. So what to know when you're looking at new construction, what they might not lead with is the HOA fees running up to $500 or more per month, usually around $300 though. Rules around guest and exterior modifications, or the fact that the age-restricted communities appeal to a much smaller buyer pool when it eventually comes time to sell. None of that is a reason to avoid them. It's just what you need to know before you sign anything. Healthcare is where North Indianapolis suburbs genuinely stand apart from most retirement markets. The stretch of US 31 through Carmel and Fishers is one of the most concentrated healthcare corridors in the Midwest. IU Health North Hospital in Carmel, serving Hamilton County since 2005, includes the Joe and Shelley Swartz Cancer Center, an 88,000 square foot dedicated cancer facility, and IU Health is currently expanding its Fishers campus to nearly double inpatient beds. Ascension St. Vincent has 2 hospitals in the county. Carmel, operated since 1985, and Fishers named a top 100 hospital in the US by Fortune magazine in 2024, the CMS 5-star rating. There's also a dedicated Ascension St. Vincent Heart Center, Franchion Health Orthopedic Hospital, and Indiana Spine Hospital, all in Carmel. So you have a lot of options, and I know because I broke my knee a couple months ago too. This level of access this close to where you live is extremely rare. Verify your specific insurance networks and specialist availability for your own needs, of course, but structurally, the healthcare picture here is one of the strongest arguments for this market. Here's what home prices actually look like across the county right now. Noblesville is one of the most attainable entry points at around $360,000 for the median sales price, with the most variety in the price range as well. If you want Hamilton County quality without the highest prices, start here. Fishers runs around $460,000 at the median. Strong demand, excellent infrastructure, fast moving inventory as well, right behind Carmel in terms of days on market. Westfield medians run about $500,000 to $550,000 depending on the community and proximity to Grand Park. Carmel commands the premium at around $600,000 and up, reflecting the walkable downtown, the trail access, 25 years of intentional investment as well. And then Zionsville in neighboring Boone County runs in the high 600,000s as well, similar to Carmel. Quieter, village-like, tight inventory, and very hard to replicate. For people coming from Illinois, Michigan, or Ohio, these prices are often competitive with what they left. And with taxes capped and Social Security untaxed, the monthly cost picture is typically meaningfully better. A few things that catch people off guard after they arrive, and I'd rather you hear these now. Traffic on US 31 and I-465 during peak hours is real. And as a retiree without a daily commute, you have flexibility. A working family does not, but scheduling around peak corridors is just smart planning at the end of the day. HOA rules in new construction communities can feel more restrictive than expected. Read the full declaration before you close, not the summary sheet from the sales office. Winters require practical adaptation, snow removal, icy driveways, weather-adjusted scheduling for about 3 months of the year. Most people take it in stride, but definitely plan for it, okay? And the genuinely positive surprise, fall in Hamilton County is something that most new residents say they completely underestimated. The cool temperatures with the summer energy settling down, people tend to fall in love with this place between September and November in a way they just did not see coming. So how do you put this all together? If you want to stay connected to family in Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, or Ohio without giving up quality of life, this is a strong answer. If you want excellent healthcare access as a baseline assumption, rather than something to plan around, this is probably the best retirement market in the Midwest for that. If you want your money to go further without sacrificing the arts, restaurants, the trails, and real community, this checks all of those boxes. The people who love it the most are the ones who wanted a real place to live, plunged right into community, embraced the seasons, and found what they thought they were giving up, they don't actually miss. The right place has a way of doing that too. If you are thinking about seriously retiring in the North Indianapolis suburbs and want someone who knows these communities inside and out, my team works with buyers making this exact move every single week. All of my information is down in the description below, and feel free to email me at seanharwick@kw.com with any questions. See you on the next one.